Hey guys, today we're going to show you how to make an arrow tube, any shape, any size, but we're going to show you what we're working on right now. So what kind of pipe this is, it's called tiling pipe without the holes. You can buy it with holes in it or without. This is without, and they come in 8-foot sections, I believe. So we already pre-cut these because it's kind of a long process, but basically measure out your marks and then go ahead and cut it while you're rotating it. So we're going to make a 2x3 arrow tube, and this is how you do it. So along with these arrow tubes, what you're going to need is some type of wood. We use an all plastic wood because it's white and it matches the tiling pipe, and once it's all together it looks really good. So this is 100% plastic. And so first off, once you get your pipes cut out, you kind of put it in the position you want the arrow tube to be. So you know, if you have a 4x4 or a 3x3, you put it all in the position and you measure either the width or the length. It doesn't really matter, but we did the width and we came out with like 8.5 inches. So we go ahead and mark your cut marks right on the board, and what that's going to do is going to get us one side length. So we're going to go ahead and cut this out, and make sure the most important thing is you have your eye, ear, and hand protection. We all want to make sure we get all our fingers, you know, because this is archery. You don't want to have any fingers, you might be a para next year. So, you know, we'll see. All right, so eye and ear protection. We're going to go ahead and grab the saw. Alright, so now that you got those cut out, what we need to do is first of all pick them up off the floor. You need 4 sets of them because if you think about it, you need 2 down low and 2 up high, and it's going to make sense. We're going to build a frame around the top, build a frame around the bottom, and then we're going to have a sheet of plywood or some type of wood, whatever you want to use, on the bottom. So when you pick up the arrow tube, if you're going to move it, the arrows don't fall through the bottom. So we have these cut out, and they're going to be your sides. So make sure you have the arrow tubes, and there's probably a better way you could do this. So, you know, go ahead in the comments if you have a better way to do this, you tell me. But you want to have those set up. Then you take your tape measure, 14 1/8. So now what you're going to do is measure out 14 1/8. Alright guys, so now that you got those marked out, we're going to go ahead and cut those again. Remember, you want 4 of them. And I already had one cut, so I could use it as a make a straight edge with the line. There we go, we got that. This is extra. So now, hopefully that makes sense in you guys' head. That's going to look just like that. Go ahead and zoom in on that, Tyler. With the sides going all the way around the edge, around on the back side, and then this is going to come up. It's going to have a bottom frame, then top frame. Alright, so there's one frame, and all the tubes are going to fit perfectly in there because we already measured everything. So we're going to go ahead and make the top frame and then put it all together. Alright guys, so we got both of the frames made. It should look just like that. And all you got to do is put the tubes in. It's really simple, and it should be snug because that's what's going to keep them all together and looking pretty. So they should fit in there pretty tight. You put it in there. This part's a little tricky, but you just kind of gotta line it up, show on top of that. You gotta kind of push them in. When you have it really tight like that, it just keeps them from moving around. So you want that level just like that. And what you can do is you take little screws and screw in on the inside of the pipes down into all the bores, but we ran out because we've been making a ton of these arrow tubes, so I'm not going to show that part. Now what you need is you need a bottom. So we've just been using normal plywood, or particle board plywood. You can take one of the frames, go ahead and line it up with the corner, and you're just making a bottom for it. So it's pretty simple, and draw line there, set that back up on top or wherever, and then we're going to cut this out. Remember guys, you want your eye, gear, gloves, protections. Alright? It's really important you have all your fingers for shooting archery. Alright guys, so now that you got that cut out, maybe you got the corner a little stuck. You take this off. So now you got a bottom. What you're going to do is try to find just like the ugliest part of the frame. That's what I always do. And if you want, a lot of times this tiling pipe's a little dirty, so if you just take like a Clorox white, go ahead and wipe that off. So I had a little, yeah, there we go. So there's a little screw hole. What I'm going to do, take your bottom, line it up, and you're just going to screw it to the bottom. Really simple. Alright guys, a little tip, if you just want to make it look clean and make sure you don't have any like pieces hanging out anywhere, the tube you cut, go ahead and take a piece of sandpaper and just clean it up a little bit. Go around, clean up, and so that there's no little particles anywhere or anything like that. Alright, so once you did that, go ahead and put them back in your bottom. Those all fit right there, and you got the bottom to stop the arrows if you want to pick them up and they're not touching on the floor or anything. If you want to transport the tubes around, anything like that. We're actually going to have this one for the lost and found arrows here at Demmer. So if you've lost an arrow from shooting here at Demmer, come find your arrows in here please, because we got a lot of them. So once you have your bottom in, go ahead and put the top in. Again, remember, it's important to have it a little tight. You don't want it sagging on you or anything like that. So if it just takes a little bit getting it in, it's fine. So there you go. Once it's all flat, remember guys, I said I'm out of the little screws right now. So go ahead and show them, Tyler, right in here. If you just shoot a screw in on a diagonal right here, it'll just keep the tubes from moving around in this part, the top frame sagging down. There you go guys, arrow tube, pretty simple, pretty cheap, and it's pretty efficient, and it looks pretty nice with the white board and the white tube with the black inserts. There you go guys, hope it helped. Make sure to share this video if it was informative, and share with your buddies the design, and just, it's pretty awesome too, I have to admit. Alright, thanks for watching guys.